Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play St. James Infirmary. St. James Infirmary was a blues jazz standard, I think with traditional roots, but made famous by Louis Armstrong back in 1928. It's an 8-bar blues, and one of the main features of this is its extreme slowness. And this is, it could potentially be just a boring dirge, but it is a real opportunity for some exciting playing, as I hope I will demonstrate. So how to deal with the slowness of it. If you just listen to a little bit of the backing, I'll just count a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is one slow bar. So the first thing about that is it makes it really hard to read, because you're used to counting a crotchet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and when you're looking at the bar and you've read to the end of the bar and you're still only on the first beat, it's really confusing. So I do suggest, if you're going to play this, especially this slow, then just memorize the melody so that you're not having to think about how long is a crotchet, because a crotchet is very long. You've got to make each note count. So in a bar where there's only one note, for example, the fourth bar, there's a limited amount with what you can do with one note, but you can do quite a lot. So if you're going to play only one note, start your bow moving really slowly, and start with no vibrato. Bring the vibrato in about half or 2/3 of the way through, and gradually lift your finger from the so it's no longer pushing down onto the fingerboard. Then you've given the whole note a shape, and instead of the note started, the note is still going on, the note is finally finished, something has actually happened during that note. So I'm going to be doing quite a lot of that. You can actually pause and let the band do some of the work. So there was a silence, but in fact, if you're playing with a band or with a backing track, then something is happening and you don't have to be playing the whole time. So that's a valuable thing to know. You can change the octave either halfway through or at any point you like, really, so you're not stuck with the same very limited range of notes. I think we've got the whole thing is inside an octave, but that doesn't need to limit you. You can double the tempo at any point, so instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, you can go to da do do ba do do. So let me just do a bar of normal tempo and then a bar of double tempo. 2, 3, 4. So we're not actually halving the length of a bar, but we're doubling the number of notes we're going to play, and each of them, instead of being whole or quarter notes, are going to be a half of that, or double that. So that's another thing. There's lots of room for blues licks. Repeated over and over again. That kind of stuff, and you can fill in loads of gaps with that. So in fact you can pack loads of stuff into these 8 bars, and although it's not quite the same, one of my favourite jazz violin solos of all time was Didier Lockwood playing Nuage on his tribute to Grappelli album, and that was played pretty slow, and in 32 bars he covered an absolute galaxy of musical ideas. So playing slow doesn't mean not having much in there. You can have loads in there. So I'm without further ado, I'm going to play, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 times around, and hopefully it's although it is a funeral dirge, it's not going to sound like a funeral dirge. So yes, I'll get straight into it. So there you have it. If you would like a copy of the sheet music, do subscribe to the channel and send me an email. And do please consider joining me on Patreon, which is where these videos, what keeps these videos coming. Thank you for watching. See you again soon.